This $6,000 Mitsubishi had four-wheel steering, active aero, and twin turbos in 1991, and every one of those systems now costs you thousands of dollars to keep alive. Here is the exact ownership math that separates a genuine bargain from a slow financial bleed, because the 3000 GT VR-4 is one of the most misunderstood cars on the used market. Let me start with why this car even matters. In the early 1990s, Japan was in the middle of an engineering arms race, and Mitsubishi wanted a flagship that could prove it could outthink Honda, Nissan, and Toyota all at once. The result was the 3000 GT VR-4, sold in some markets as the GTO. It was not just fast, it was absurdly complicated for its era. Under the hood sat a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6, the 6G72, making around 300 horsepower and sending it to all four wheels. That alone would have been impressive. But Mitsubishi kept going. They added four-wheel steering that turned the rear wheel slightly to sharpen the handling, active aerodynamics with a front and rear spoiler that moved automatically at speed, electronically controlled suspension that changed firmness on the fly, and even active exhaust. In 1991, this was closer to a spaceship than a sports car, and it undercut the price of a Porsche while carrying more technology than almost anything on the road. Now here is where the dream meets the mechanic's invoice. Every single one of those advanced systems is now 30+ years old, and complexity ages expensively. Start with the twin turbochargers. They sit low and behind the engine, tucked against the firewall in one of the tightest engine bays ever designed. When a turbo fails, and on a car this age they do, the labor to reach them is brutal. A proper twin-turbo replacement with gaskets and lines can run $3,000 or more, and a huge chunk of that is simply the hours it takes to get to them. Then there is the timing belt. The 6G72 is an interference engine, which means if that belt snaps, the pistons and valves collide and the engine destroys itself. The belt must be changed on schedule, roughly every 60,000 miles, and because so much has to come apart to do it, the service alone is often $800 to $1,200. Skip it to save money and you risk a $5,000 engine. That is the trap. The exotic features bite too. The active aero motor sees, the four-wheel steering system develops leaks in its seals and pump, the electronically controlled suspension throws faults, and the all-wheel drive transfer case and center differential wear over time. Individually, none of these is catastrophic. Together, on a neglected car, they add up to a deferred maintenance debt that can easily reach $5,000 the day you buy it, on a car that only cost you $6,000. This is exactly why the 3000 GT VR-4 depreciated to almost nothing for 2 decades. Buyers saw a cheap twin-turbo all-wheel drive supercar and got financially destroyed by the running costs, then dumped them, which pushed prices even lower and scared away the next buyer. It became a cautionary tale. But here is the reversal, and it is the whole reason this channel exists. The market has finally figured out what these cars are. Clean, documented, unmodified VR-4s are climbing in value fast, because the ones that survived with real service history are genuine 1990s hero cars. When you buy right, with fresh timing belts, healthy turbos, and a folder full of receipts, you get performance and technology that still feels special today, for a fraction of what the engineering originally cost. The risk, and there is always a risk, is buying on the badge instead of the binder. A VR-4 with no records is not a bargain. It is a money pit with 6 computers and a countdown timer on the timing belt. So here is the dealer and market lesson, the part they never tell you on the lot. The price of the car is not the price of the car. On a complex 1990s Japanese flagship, the real purchase price is what you pay plus the cost of catching up every deferred service the last 3 owners skipped. A $6,000 VR-4 with no history is often an $11,000 VR-4 wearing a disguise, because you will spend the difference in the first year making it right. A slightly more expensive car with a documented major service is almost always the cheaper car in the end. That is the counterintuitive truth of buying anything with turbochargers and a service book. Let me put some hard numbers on why enthusiasts still chase these cars despite all of that. In its day, the VR-4 could sprint from 0 to 60 in roughly 5 seconds, genuinely quick for the early 1990s, and it did it in any weather thanks to that all-wheel drive system, while rear-drive rivals were spinning their tires. It weighed a hefty 3,800 pounds because of all that hardware, which is the one honest criticism, it is a technological heavyweight, not a featherweight sports car. But it was also sold in America as the Dodge Stealth, a badge-engineered twin, which means parts interchange and the community knowledge is deep, and that actually helps you as an owner. Here is the market reality that makes the money math urgent right now. A decade ago, clean VR-4s traded for $4,000 or $5,000 and nobody wanted them. Today, genuinely excellent, low-mileage, documented examples have crossed into the $20,000 to $30,000 range at auction, and the trend line is still pointing up as this generation of Japanese icons gets rediscovered. That rising market is a double-edged sword. It means a sorted car is an appreciating asset, but it also means sellers now attach big prices to rough cars, betting you will not notice the deferred maintenance hiding underneath a fresh detail. And that leads to the verdict. The Mitsubishi 3000GT VR-4 is one of the most rewarding cars you can buy under $10,000, but only if you buy it like an accountant, not a fan. Budget the full $5,000 catch-up service into your purchase from day one, get a pre-purchase inspection from someone who actually knows these cars, and demand proof of the timing belt and turbo history. Do that, and you own a piece of Japan's greatest engineering era that will keep appreciating. Skip it, and the car that looked like the deal of the decade becomes the most expensive lesson you will ever park in your garage. So I want to know, is a fully sorted VR-4 a hidden bargain worth the maintenance, or is this simply too much complicated car to trust 30 years later? Tell me where you land in the comments.